Welcome back. Well, today we're joined by Mark Matthews. He's with Edward Jones. Mark, thanks for joining us today.
Mary Grace, good afternoon. Glad to see you.
Yes, of course, and you're here to talk about something very important. That is estate planning, and you're coming on the show. You actually have 5 steps to guide us here, and people may be working hard on their portfolios and things like that, but you also need to focus on the future. So what are some common mistakes people make with estate planning, and what's a right way to navigate this?
Great question. Well, as far as there's one probably main mistake that people do, and that's to not have a plan. A statistic I have here shows that about 55% of Americans die without an estate plan, which means that wherever they die, whatever state they're in, the state laws have a plan for everyone's estate. That's called probate. And so if folks are okay with that, that's fine. But if you'd like to have your own stamp on your estate and how it gets dispersed at some future date, some things you can do is to make sure that you have your core documents are in place. And that would be a will, possibly a trust. Not everyone needs one, but some people certainly can benefit from that. Power of attorney and a healthcare directive. And those are very important to help your loved ones or someone you trust navigate things on your behalf when you're unable to. We hope that doesn't happen, but it's better to have those things in place so that if you're incapacitated, people can intervene on your behalf. And that's a good topic for an estate planning attorney. Another thing people can do that's not hard is to make sure that your assets and your titling and your beneficiary designations are up to date and reflect who you want. Maybe you forget that you have your ex-spouse as the beneficiary of your 401k plan, and that may not be what you want to have happen down the road. Maybe it is, but as your family changes, people die or born, marriages, divorces, those are all good reasons to revisit and make sure that the pecking order is the way you want it for beneficiaries and things like that. Tell your loved ones where your documents are, how to access them. If they're in a safe that no one has the key to or the combination, that's a real roadblock. Or a safe deposit box that the key's been lost. Make sure people know, how to find your stuff when you die so that they can execute your plan and not wonder, well, what did mom or dad want? Because we can't find their paperwork. This is your legacy. You want to share it with the people that are involved with it, and a good idea to do so. And kind of related, these days, a lot of information is stored digitally. And so, you read about stories where someone's stuff is locked away in a digital type of account and no one knows how to get to it and the company won't share with you. And I don't know how those get resolved, but you can avoid that by sharing with your loved ones how to get into your such and such account that you access online, that type of thing. And finally, review your documents every 2 or 3 years. Doesn't have to be all the time, but every couple, 3 years, or whenever you have those life events that change things. People born, people pass, that type of thing is a good reason just to review your documents, make sure they read like you want them to, because time goes by quickly, and what was good 10 years ago or 20 years ago may not be really what you want now, but you've got to take action to change that stuff so it reads the way you want it to.
So how can we get in contact with you, someone else from Edward Jones, to take action and start estate planning?
So edwardjones.com is a great way to punch in your zip code, and it will tell you advisors that are near you. And of course, there's several of us here in the St. Joseph area. That's the quick, easy way to do that. And our advisors can help people not design their plan, but certainly help them, guide them along the way. And if they don't have an estate attorney, to find someone that can help in that regard.
Awesome. Sounds great. Well, Mark Matthews with Edward Jones. Mark, thanks again for joining us today.
Thank you, Mary Grace.